Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, you know, it's a normal thing that shows or, you know, showrunners need to take some time before they work themselves in and they develop, you know, develop their version or whatever they're working on to be the ultimate version. I mean, if you see Star Trek Next Generation, right? Star Trek Next Generation, first series, not that great. Couple of episodes in it, man, but generally speaking, not that great. I still want to go. Is it Rise that they have in that first season? Where's the season they go to where everybody likes to jog around and have sex with each other? I want to visit there, right? I want to visit there. That sounds kind of fun. But yeah, by the time we essentially got to the third season, right? They knew what they were doing. They were honed in. They had a really good idea of how to make Star Trek: The Next Generation. So too with Chris Chibnall. So his first year was a bit of a shakedown, and he was awful. He was absolutely awful. They had no returning villains. Or oh, by the way, they did. They have the Daleks in the special. Somebody asked me in the comments, "Am I going to cover Resolution of the Daleks?" Yes, I am. The reason I didn't, right? The reason I skipped that is because, frankly, I just couldn't face it. I couldn't face sitting through an hour and 10-minute episode. Then I saw this was an hour, and I was like, okay, I'm already in. I guess I'll do it. But yeah, no, I am going to do Resolution. I'm probably going to do them back-to-back. Resolution, Revolution, and what's the last one they did? I can't open the storage unit of the Daleks. What was it? Can't even bloody remember. Oh, God. Yeah, no, totally gone. But I will do those together. But anyway, so I said, his first year, absolutely awful, right? Couldn't write a script, couldn't develop any villains or monsters. It was just generally speaking awful. So he said, yeah, but my big plan was this. My big plan was that in the first year, I wasn't going to have any villains. But the second year, it seems like massive course correction. But the second year, going to have tons of villains and monsters. It seems like massive course correction to me. And they did. They put a ton in. But man, Doctor Who is the show that finds you out, isn't it? Doctor Who is totally the show that finds you out. And yeah, he put in Cybermen and the Master and Daleks and all kinds of things, right? And it's still awful. So we got this season opener, Spyfall, the festive special as well. And it's atrocious, right? It's just an excuse to have a lot of unconnected spy and sci-fi tropes wrapped around a nonsensical plot which nobody's really thought about in any way, shape or form, right? There's an absolutely nonsensical plot acted by utter incompetence. Okay, that would be the way of just, it's so bad, right? It's so bad. And like, is this very much Star Trek Discovery scripting, where everything is for in the moment, dun dun dun, moments like dun dun dun. Doesn't make any sense in hindsight. None of it makes any sense. We see a lot of mysteries set up in the story. Nothing's paid off. It's just, generally speaking, absolutely awful. So it took Chris Chibnall a whole year to really work up into being as absolutely awful as he was going to be, right? The Next Generation people took them 3 years before they could work up into doing something superb. Chris Chibnall took a good couple of years before he could do something absolutely unwashably bland. Well done, Chibnall. You should feel very proud of yourself. In the realm of suck, you have exceeded everybody else. I mean, literally everybody else in the world, I think. Fine. So I have a very detailed review of this episode where we're going to go through a fine-tooth comb. I have over 1,000 screen grabs that we're going to go painstakingly go through and relive the horror together. I am sorry to do this to you, but this is just what's going to happen. And then you're going to see quite how bad it was, because again, in the first time through, your brain's still trying to like assimilate what you're seeing, right? You haven't quite stopped and had any critical analysis of it. Once you do, oy vey. Oh yeah, oy vey. Oh, I was going to say, I was going to be oh boy, and it came out oy vey, something in between. Oy vey. I think we'll go oy vey. It fits the channel nicely. It's so bad. It's just not professional writing. It just isn't. I would love to go through this review with Piers Wenger. It said, Piers, you said editorially it's in the best state ever. So why are there all these massive mistakes? All the way through it, all these massive amateurish mistakes, all these plot holes, because nothing mattered, right? It's a kid's show that you could just use to convince everybody of whatever your weird social agenda is of the day. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I've watched it. again. Ugh, that was pretty rough. I watched it again, so we can go through it together. Before we get into it, like, share, subscribe, comment. Listen, I've earned your bloody subscription at this point. Like, share, subscribe, comment, share, YouTube like sharing, sign up my Substack, sign up my pay Substack. All these things are fantastic. All these things are fantastic. You know what isn't fantastic is Spyfall Part 1. I'm going to hand over to my younger self. You'll notice back then, about 15 hours ago, I was a lot more handsome, right? That was before I had to go through recounting this awful episode. So okay, let me hand over to the handsome young version of me. So first year of Doctor Who for Christian wasn't very good. I mean, they pretended it was fantastic. We had the biggest ratings average ever. Yeah, but it fell. The ratings was like a downward slalom, right? It was a scarily downward slope. But no, we'll put it back second year. People just want good old fashioned Doctor Who villain. It was always that plan, right? It's always up. Shut up, So this one is, I mean, much in the same way Doctor Who Flux just like turned everything up to as much as they possibly could. They did here as well, right? But unfortunately, the fundamental problems they got, which is Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, and the fundamental problems with them are they have no understanding of humanity or heroism. I mean, added to that Chris Chibnall is very bad, very, very bad. I mean, you can't really undersell how bad he is. Very bad at structuring a plot, right? Very, very, very bad. Here we go. So anyway, but they brought back the cold opening because that really wasn't a great idea. So anyway, starts off in the Ivory Coast, right? At first, right? You basically this. I want to be as positive as possible, right? I always try and be as positive as possible. The opening minutes feel like it could be a decent, like an okay pastiche on a Moffat episode, right? It really only until Whittaker shows up it gets bad. So you get little things like telegraphy. So anyways, you got this person waiting at a gun to shoot someone, and they're waiting for instructions, and they're waiting and they're waiting. Oh look, it's a stunning and brave woman. What? Hey, the military right now is 80% black women, right? 80%. I thank God for black women that we can stay safe, because if it wasn't for black women, we would be up shit creek, right? Absolutely up shit creek. So yeah, this is one of the many, demographically, a very high representation of black women in the military. And look at her. She does look about 23. She's probably a hardened, operative. She doesn't look like, as weak as water. Not at all. Not at all. So then, something sticks up and gets them. Ah! Meanwhile, the Pacific Ocean, plane is like, and they basically chosen this font. They like this font now. They use that a lot. People on the plane, and she gets a little spy note, right? I think she goes to the bathroom and gets her spy message. Spy stuff. Spy. And then she's doing spy stuff. I don't know. And suddenly this thing comes through the mirror. Blah! And she's gone. Meanwhile, so right now could be okay. I mean, again, the amount of black women, right, working in the military and espionage, insane. Chibnall stories were only great when they were presided over by Davis or Chibnall says Red number one. I would say they were never great. Let's be fair. They were never great. Moscow, more spies, more spy stuff, being spying, and then oh no, here comes thing to get me. Then Asian men, number 2 demographic after black women, absolutely, and they're all gay. Everybody's gay. I tell you, I wish I liked sucking dick. I mean, because everybody loves it.
I tell you, everybody loves a bit of sucking dick. Not me. I feel very marginalized about it, but you know, what can you do? That's just my white privilege speaking. Then a slow that tempo down with the worst music in the world. And absolutely second and cooler would have been given the job if his name was Rev Smith. He was white from Clapham. Yeah, absolutely. We all know that, right? Pure talent. Although Jerry Backstone, not bad, okay? He was one of the finest of this era. Spyfall, Part 1, written by Chris Chibnall. Written, strong word. So what this is a really badly thought out script. And with little bits that Chibnall liked sprinkled over it, if you see from other things. You know, it's kind of like, if you watch Barry, right? I just saw the last episode, and his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend is now in a writer's room before she has this hilarious meltdown, right? She's in a writer's room, and she like makes she asks a very logical question based on the scene. So, well, how does he know that, right? And he's like, and the head writer goes, oh, and turns back and looks at the screen and looks at the board and like, oh, doesn't we got to rethink it? There's just, you know, idiocy and laziness. That's what modern script writing is. Meanwhile, Sheffield, just like all the other locations, Ryan is out with his mates, right? And they're playing basketball. And he's still going with him. He's got that distraction. Still not very good. Still not good for me. It's okay, Ryan. I've never seen you before, or maybe I've been in for a minute and a half in another episode, but you're all right by me, son. All right by me, old son. And he's like, oh, where you been traveling? He said, oh, something like that. Meanwhile, these people show up. I mean, like, here's the thing. Already it's descending into children's TV. And don't tell me Doctor Who is children. It's not children's bloody TV. Family drama, right? This is more childish than Sarah Jane's Adventures. This is more like, what's that thing with the big green witch, big fat green witch in the like? Ron Howard with Emu, right? It's like that, right? It's very childish children's TV. Okay. Fine. And it's not fun, right? It's not like it's when it's fun and charming with David Tennant. No, it's just childish because it's not intelligent enough to be charming, right? I mean, that's just the bottom line. So Yaz is doing something, and she's like, "I'm gonna, I don't know, who gives a crap, right?" And she's like, "Oh, something like that. I'm gonna go traveling." And the father's trying to get the Echo Dot to work or something, and he's just a loser at everything, like he always is. And the mother's the bestest ever. I said, I just want the doctor. I want to do some scissoring in the TARDIS. In the future, obviously. Meanwhile, she gets a letter from up on high. She's being seconded, obviously by the doctor. He's like, but you're my best trainee. You can't be Grotbags the Witch. Thank you very much, Mark Lewis. Yes, it's Grotbags the Witch level. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone behave themselves. Well, not me. Says PD Rich. I hope you're well. So he's like, you're the bestest ever, but you're never here. What? Make up your bloody mind. Oh, just this one more time. I'm gonna go and okay. I don't really have a choice because I've been ordered by some like I don't know up on high thing. It says, "What? You working for the MI5?" Said, "Oh, don't be silly. No. Well, who's that then?" And they got some more. Again, it's silly. It's not charming. It's childish. It's idiotic. Meanwhile, Graham is getting a checkup. This is him talking to a doctor, right, and being emotionally uplifted over his cancer recovery, right? They should just watch this scene because it's how you talk to somebody who needs your emotional support. Yeah. So anyway, they're like, "Oh, we're going off traveling, or whatever." I don't bloody know. So again, starting off nothing terrible, Nothing terrible other than this, right? So they pick them up, right? So obviously the government, or MI5 or somebody is coming to pick them up. Meanwhile, now we get to see the doctor, and again, we get the romantic. It's like the music they play is like the heroic romantic music. But she's not a hero, right? That's the trouble with this. They haven't set this character up as being a hero, which is that's the weird thing about it, right? This character is from everything I've watched, everything they've done, and they've never been heroic at all, ever, right? They've been stupid, they've been lucky, they've never been heroic, and I think that's because they don't really understand what heroism is, right? Now, I'm not saying women can't be heroic. I'm saying this woman has never been heroic. So when they give programming like she's supposed to be a hero, supposed to relate to her as a hero, it's weird and jarring because she's not. She's an idiot, right? And so she's fixing the TARDIS, and she's like, "Oh, icky thump, TARDIS." There's can't remember who she's talking to. Again, I might notice as saying it's romantic as if a character has been established. And here's the thing: after a year, and this is it, the big reveal of the main character. They think that after a year we're excited to see them and their character's been established. They haven't been, right? And it's just a testament to the poor quality of work they've done, right? And they're like, oh, there's spies comes to pick them up, right? And there's lots of them come to get the doctor. Was it? So the doctor, I think, just says, "Oh, hey, what me, Ecky Thump? So come with us, please, doctor." And she's like, I know, right? Gravesticks I said, "Here, I need my family, my friends." Says, "Oh, we really have them." And Gravesticks said, "I said, worst Uber ever." I mean, okay, fine, looks quite nice to me. So they get in the car, right? And they're all like silent and looking at each other, and she's just goes, "Hey, you all right then, Nicky Thump?" So it turns out, I didn't know at this point, that they've been kidnapped. Right? I couldn't work out that was what the story was. I thought a government had sent a car for them to pick them up, and so they just, oh, it's the government, we better go. And then they said it's to do with the doctor, right? But no, they've been kidnapped apparently. That's the story. So they're like, what's going on, Doctor? Why does she think this is heroic? Right? This is how she always plays a character. The Arnold Rimmer lack of certainty, lack of self-respect, self-belief isn't heroic, right? Never knowing what's going on isn't heroic. This is not a heroic face, right? It's not heroic. It's their second year. I mean, maybe by this time, should have watched some Doctor Who, right? Maybe that would have been a good idea. Fine, so they're in the car and they're just bickering and it's annoying and God knows what. And she's not heroic at all. And Ryan's like, oh, Ecky Thump. And there's a sat-nav GPS or whatever you want to call it. And it starts fritzing out. And then they go, yeah, it shoots the driver, right? And of course the Doctor, again, if they've been kidnapped, this is the Doctor fucking Who. They couldn't stop it, but who's fought the Time War? Taking down, Dalek fleets. Couldn't stop a few people in the car. But anyway, she got in the car, apparently winning, and now it's attacking, killing this person. She's like, oh, fuck me! This is not heroic! This is not heroic. That's not heroic, no. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so now it gets, again, Scooby-Doo writing, really at the worst. And they, so they get a countdown. They says, prepare to die in 5, 4, and they all just sit there like fucking idiots. 3, 2, 1, and then it starts driving backwards. They're like, oh, no, we're going to die. Yes, you're going to die. They just told you you're going to die. Wait, when you get in the car. I mean, they could have tried to open that in the lock, but no. It's just stupid beyond stupid. And then when you know what's actually going on, watching in hindsight is even more stupid. Anyway, so the doctor, I don't know, blows it up or something. Die, die, and like it actually says die, right? And it goes super fast, and they can't work out how to get out because I said, "Oh, I can't break it. I don't understand." Of course, you don't understand, you bloody idiot. And they start firing at lasers at them. And it goes backwards, and oh yeah, she gets it to fire the laser to itself, and that's how she breaks it. And they, yeah, it fires a laser. And she takes the mirror and it blows it up. So, hey, I need a reflector surface. And it blows it up, and finally it stops. Oh no, I give up. This is not heroic. You can't have every bit of visual language saying this is not a hero, and then expect us to think, oh, it's a hero when you play the hero music. It's not. I mean, like in hindsight, they're just being dicked around with by the master, as we now know. It's the master taking the piss out of this doctor, not very hard. I mean, this is the doctor all the masters should go and attack. Absolutely. This is the doctor when he's absolutely the weakest. And he's like, oh, and so now Stephen Fry calls and says, what's going on? Have you destroyed my sat nav or something? And he's like, I said, what's going on? You were kidnapping us? No, we were just picking you up like we told you we were, right? We'll bring you in. We need to talk to you. And look at what an idiot she is. And then, okay, fine, we're just going to come to you. So now, like, well, that was a pointless thing. That was a Chibnall detour. Absolutely bloody pointless, right? You know, they were driving to there, and then they had this whole little big bump to get to the same place. I mean, it's bad writing. Right? That detour should have taken them into a different direction. You don't keep going in the same story direction. So bloody dumb. Anyway, MI6, right? The TARDIS is bought there, and they go, oh, they got me TARDIS. They got me TARDIS. So they weren't being kidnapped then, you silly. And Stephen Fry obviously assumes that Graham is a doctor because he's the only authoritative person there who acts like a human being. He said, no, don't be silly. The doctor's a man. I've read his file. He said, I know upgrade. That's a fucking upgrade, is it? That idiot face. That idiot face is a fucking upgrade. Really? Fuck me. Really? That's not an upgrade. That's a massive downgrade. It's like Austin Powers. Only two things scare me. One is nuclear war, and the other one's Karney. It's like, oh, okay, you're the doctor. That's Jazz's main face. Icky thought, why? So then he said, oh, we need your help, doctor. The world needs you. So remember, it's set up right now that the international community can make the doctor the president whenever there's a global threat, right? No, they forget all that. That's just, but they reference it then as well. And they bring them in and say, look, we don't know about aliens here. We don't believe in aliens. There's other organizations that there's Torchwood, there's UNIT. And like, but so you believe in aliens then? I know. Do you think Torchwood and UNIT are lying? So anyway, their spies all around the world are being taken by what, and they don't know what, right? So they go into his office. They go and say, and they say, this is what happens when they get zapped. They get turned into husks, and they just look like people on the outside. Inside, they're totally different. What is this? It's not possible. I don't understand. Well, of course you don't fucking understand, you silly cunt. I mean, you haven't understood anything at all. I don't understand how you got the job, quite frankly. I said, but it's not possible. Again, is she ever authoritative, right? Not in any way. No. This is the second year. And she's like, look, she's trying to think. God. So they go into his office and they say, "You got to go and investigate," and they show him all the spy stuff, you know, laser things and bits of oh crap. Again, it's just a bunch of spy toys, right? There's and they said everything. For some reason, they all think it's tied to Lenny Henry, right? Lenny Henry still says the BBC's not woke enough, right? They got to be something wrong with him because he says the BBC isn't woke enough. They want to make a black Doctor Who. Then, years later, there was Lenny Henry. So Lenny Henry is Daniel Barton, right? He's the head of Google, Apple, a tech billionaire, head of Twitter. Twitter, by the way, apparently is apparently 50% bots, right? That's what Elon Musk is saying. They're 50% bots, and Twitter refuses to release the information that will confirm or deny this, right? So he's basically them. He's Google, right? And he said, "Oh, so we got to go to Vor, the very, very clearly made up tech name, where it all ties to him somehow for some reason. Who really gives a shit, right?" So basically, this is just an info dump. So then it gets. Again, this is just bad scripting, right? Really, really bad. I mean, bad storytelling on such a fundamental level. So then the Doctor says, "Where's Stargazer? Your best man. I'm going to need your best man on this." Hang on a second. Stargazer. And they introduce this person, not even on screen. They just talk about them as if is this Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart? We're supposed to know this person, right? Oh God. Why? Why? Just why is this happening? Why? Why? The Arnold Rimmer of Doctor Who. This is what happened. Arnold Rimmer became Ace Rimmer. This is exactly that. Fuck me. Oh, you trying to tell me this isn't Arnold Rimmer? Look at that. It's ridiculous. Right? So I said, "No, the best man, Stargazer. How do you fire him?" Because I'm a silly white man. I don't know what I'm doing. And she's like, "But we." So the whole episode. This isn't a throwaway line, right? The whole episode is based around her long-term relationship with this person called Stargazer, who apparently even they say I met once, right? And he says, "Well, can you contact him?" He said, "No, he's deep undercover. I can't find him now." So then she pulls out a phone and said, "Oh yeah, WhatsApp him." And then it said, "Emergency, big, huge emergency, big, huge crisis, emergency." She's so shit, right? And she ends the message with kisses. It's just. It's not very heroic, right? I don't want to tell you. It's not very heroic, right? Why? How did this not become successful? I mean, it's unbelievable. So anyway, then they get the message back of a picture of a fish. And you think it's just a joke and you don't care and you throw it away, right? So they're worried that this Lenny Henry is a double agent or a triple agent. They don't even know who for. And he says, "Oh, you got to go find him." And then he goes, "Oh, poof. What's happened?" And he gets shot from behind. And the bullet hole, right? "Oh, no, everybody down. Icky Thorpe. Oh, I killed another one." And then, pew, 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 pew. There's like all this laser fire coming through the window. "Oh, Icky Thorpe, run away." And another one comes and they go and they talk to each other and they're kind of glowy. By the way, these aliens, right? Big mystery about these aliens. It's a mystery that's never paid off. We never learn anything. Are they Cybermen? Are they? No. Mystery that's never paid off. So anyway, they get to the TARDIS. Said, "Oh, so we got to split up. You and Ryan are going to go and meet Lenny Henry, while me and Graham are going to go to find Stargazer." And he's like, and in the picture of the fish, there's apparently a hidden information of coordinates, which he uses at that point. Oh God, come on! What's that? I don't understand. And then actually doing it, one of the aliens started, they're like, doctor, doctor. One of the aliens starts coming through the TARDIS. Says, I didn't know they could do that. I said, neither did I. And she sonics it like not knowing what. Let me wave my hands like it's the magic wand. And he's like, I didn't know you could do that. Neither could I. Oh, what could we bring? I mean, and again, none of this is ever answered. None of these questions are never, ever, ever answered. Yes, Ryan, I feel the same way, mate. Why? Like, you would have thought I distorted that picture to make it look stupid. No! That's the TV screen! Oh, so they decided to split up, and she info dumps, and they take their spy stuff to meet what's his name, Lenny Henry, and they get him. She packs him in again. The Arnold Rimmer. How is this heroic in any way? It doesn't work telling me she's a hero, right? It doesn't work telling me she's a hero and doing that, right? I believe that. I don't believe everybody saying you're the bestest ever, right? I don't believe it. And Yaz's intrinsic unlikability does kind of undermine Graham's speech at the end of the season. Where oh, Yaz, where you thought Yaz, you're so good, bestest ever, right? God help us. So they're going to break in, and she's got all this. As you can scan in with this. God, just get on with it. And so San Francisco, they like that font. It was look kind of. It's kind of getting dated already. Unbelievable. That's what you do when you get super hit, right? It gets dated very, very quickly. Mike Mahon just ripped it from Resdorf and added Trek member Paris. I don't know what that means. Okay. Lower Decks. I always thought that Lower Decks was the pitch document that Seth MacFarlane brought to Paramount, so he wanted to do the Orville in the Star Trek universe. They turned him down. And then the Orville, and he must have had log lights on the first 10 episodes or whatever, and that's what they used, right? That's totally what she used. She's Ken Dogg's love child. No one loves that child, baby. No one loves that child. So Ryan's freaking out. They do a thing now where they really want to say Ryan is the scared one, and Yaz is Ryan is the Barbara, and Yaz is the Ian. But Barbara was never Ryan, right? Like he's having panic attacks. Hey, I'm going to try and be Logan. I'll be Logan. I should be fine. Oh, just calm down. Be stunning and brave like me. So they go in and they meet Lenny Henry, and he apologizes for the mix-up, and he's fired his PR team. There's only two of them. He said, "Oh, no need to do that. I am Logan," and he pretends that he's nervous because he's a big fan, right? Anyway, next set of slides. So then, do you see how boring this episode is? It probably was, but Mike Mahon will probably cut and paste Seth gaps from Red Door. Probably, I would have thought so. When you say Mike Mahon, I always think of the comic book artist who was did a good job in Slain, the early Slains before Glenn Favreau. Anyway, they go to interview. Meanwhile, in the Great Victoria Desert in Australia, this person who's known the Doctor forever, although they only ever met once. They even say they only ever met once briefly, and they've been friends forever. They trust each other so much. Not Kate Lethbridge Stewart. No, they only needed her when the ratings were in the fucking toilet, right? No, not you, not Kate Lethbridge Stewart. Oh, this character I never heard of before, and they're acting much like they acting like we should have some emotional affection, some respect for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. We don't, because we've watched her. Equally, we have no emotional connection to this character because we've never seen him before, and he's just having a good time, right? And the curse of a good actor in this Doctor Who. Oh, Stargazer, nice to meet you. He said, "Oh, hello, you must be good to meet you." I said, "Oh, this is going to be great." And he basically spends his whole episode just creating himself. Says, These people were from the security service. They arrived just before you did. Really? Has there ever been a Doctor Who that looked so stupid? I mean, like Patrick Troughton, never, ever, ever. Right? There was so never a lack of presence. He's like, this is going to be fucking awesome. Fuck it. I mean, like, I'm so sorry, Sasha, mate. But he does play this with a nice, like, double layer of meaning and everything. So anyway. Where are we? Okay, fine. So again, no notes on this scene. They just like talk about how great he is, and I got a full set of fortune time. Everybody, Doctor loves me. I think so. I'm the bestest ever. I've been monitoring the situation, and he's aware what's going on. Meanwhile, Ryan pretends to be the photographer while Yaz interviews him. You're a local lad, and he grew up poor. Now you may be. Tell me how you got here. If you go. Meanwhile, she surreptitiously scans him, DNA scan, and puts it on the desk, right? And then he's like, well, you know, we couldn't afford to fly when I was little, right? Now I have my own private jets. That's why I have, because I've earned it, right? He said, hey, but what about social media, hate speech? And he's like, well, we're working on getting rid of that. We have 3 startups working on that now. And as he takes pictures of him, he scans him, and all this stuff. And it's just, and then they make a copy. Somehow they're able to make a copy of his ID from the magic camera, which isn't from the Doctor, I think. It's still from, what's it called? Stephen Fry. Yeah, so they print out their own copy of his pass, and she starts asking a little bit uppity pictures, and says, the only reason I took your interview is because my mum likes your magazine. That, I got to go. Important things. I tell you what, you want to know about me? I have a party tomorrow. You can come there. You can meet all my friends. You can really see who I am, right? So now they got his pass, and she scanned him, and he's 93% human. Do we ever find out what that 7% is? No, they forget that. Totally forget it. Meanwhile, look, it's another. This time it's a white woman. Like, what's with all these little women working in the security services, right? They standing guard, and things are shuffling outside, and they, something's coming. Oh no, something's coming. And again, well-directed sequence, but like attached to a totally meaningless script, right? And they're like, what's there? And it goes on forever, right? It just goes on for freaking ever. And the Doctor runs out like, okay, look at her. Like it's not like Troughton's scruffy, bumpkin, a tramp look. This is just an idiot walking around in clown shoes. It doesn't look like she knows what she's doing with the sonic. Like, she never looks like she knows what she's doing. She'd, maybe I'll brush my teeth with it. And they're like, something's out there. And he's like, and they're looking, and they see something running around. And then it should have been the woman told him this, because a man, this was too much. Said, listen, we are your security. We're here to save you. The world depends on you. Get inside so we can do our job. And she's like, fuck. Okay, fine. I'll go inside. But I don't like being told what to do by a man. I've had an upgrade, motherfucker. And in the end, she stomps and does what she's told like a little woman. Then we see somebody saying this again. Again, I remember on this first day, the speculation, was it like, were they super bright too? And what's with their face and their heads? And like, is it the Vord? Is it they're hiding who they are? We're making them bright, and there's gonna be a returning alien. No, nothing. All the build up, nothing. Man, it's just good. Anyway, no, they're coming to get us. There's lots of them. They got us. Wow. And out runs the Doctor. Fucking hell! I don't know what to do. And then he's like, Doctor, we should go inside. We can put a secure the defenses up. So they go inside, and somehow they have some defenses for this. Yes, because it's got a white line around it. That does the trick. And they press a button. One of the only things I like about this era is when they do a full shield, which is they did this in the Dalek one as well. It's got that like bubble wrap kind of feel to it, right? So they have a full shield that starts to drain them, and one gets through that. One survives, and they're like, "What do we do?" And he's going to break in. I said, "Oh, is that thing ready?" And again, you know. It's like when in Legend of the Sea Devil, when there was no build up to it, but the not Sea Devil, the Sea Devil was like walking towards the Doctor at the beginning, and it looks like, and she just said out no, yes, now, and they pull it and gets him in a net. No setup for this next bit whatsoever. That's why it doesn't work. I mean, these are just basics of fucking storytelling, right? If you're going to use a gun in scene 3, have it on the wall in scene 1. We have no idea what's going on with this, right? It's going to attack, and she's like, no, turn it on. And there's apparently a Faraday cage in the middle. I think it's a Faraday cage, and it's got them, and you can't get out. I got you. Rerouting energy, because that's what computers say when they do that. And it starts to zap. And she's like, oh, I keep on. So then we have another one, the classic Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who confrontations. Right? Absolutely classic, right? Where is it? It says, hey, who are you? And it doesn't answer. Where are you from? What are you doing to the people of this planet? Why spies? What are you? How many are you there? I mean, okay. So what she's done right now is tell this enemy exactly what she doesn't know, which is everything. She doesn't know anything, right? Right? What species are you? And she goes, where are you from? And eventually, they just want to shut her up, I think. And so they're giving a bloody headache, right? And he says, far beyond, the creepy voice, far beyond. Beyond where? And he goes, your understanding. And Graham's like, I think he's laughing at you, mate. He's like, yeah, Graham, I do know that. I'm used to people laughing at me. Why? Why do they laugh at me when I do stunning and brave faces? Just like this, being stunning and brave and facey. Oh, just like this, stunning, brave face me. Oh, I've got a stunning and brave face. He's like, we can stab it again and kill it. I said, oh, I've got to ask a few more questions. Hang on. I actually wrote this stuff down because it's so shit. It says, is this your native form? What do you look like? You look like this where you come from? And there's like a pause, and he goes, we take this form to mock you. And again, this shape amuses us. Here, one second. I'll put these notes on top. That's right. The way they do float on top. These we have to do it on Macs. Tell you, Macs have really gone to pot, I have to say. I heard a new OS for iPhone is basically Android. I was like, really? Right? At least it makes it easier to switch over to a cheaper phone now. Thank God. But you know, we take this form to mock you. It amuses us. Because this shape is stable now, and we are ready to take this. And he's like, take this? Take what? This house? This country? This planet? And he goes, this universe. And he's like, oh shit. Meanwhile, Scooby-Doo crew breaking in to the head of Google's office, right? No security cameras. Oh no, she'll be able to get rid of that, no problem. Tiptoe over into his office. Uses ID, which of course no one's going to notice, right? They go into his office, and again, I mean, like, if this guy's a supervillain, right, and you're broken into his office, like, this seems like a bad idea. But anyway, they got it all on film, and she's got this special dude that will like take every bit of data that's ever been connected to that computer. That's every bit of data in the world ever, right? That's cool. Okay. Did it ever go online? Did it ever go to the World Wide Web? Okay, ever. In that case, the it's been connected to every bit of data ever, right? So okay, then I'm sure that's going to work. According to the doctor, and he goes, "Oh, he looks over there and says there's cameras everywhere." Yeah. What's weird about that? Meanwhile, and he misses him walking up the stairs. Right? He comes over. Look, they're trying to get everything in from it. And then they have this weird kind of creepy conversation. Says, "Yeah, says my sister's still asking for your phone number." Says, "Well, why didn't you give it to her? She's kind of hot." I'll do your sister. I said, "Ew," and she's disgusted by normative heterosexuality, right? Oh, so disgusting. Oh, you mean me? I can't imagine snogging my sister. Oh, I'm like, what are you, 12? Like, his sister's quite hot. Why didn't you let him get his leg over? I thought you were his mate, right? Anyway, then finally they notice Lenny Henry's coming. I mean, like, yeah, what's wrong with this woman? I know she wants to fuck the doctor. Okay, so and the Jodie Whittaker doctor, right? Really, man. Honestly, I would hold out for shooting myself. Anyway, and then for some reason they say, "Oh no, the pass is being used." They get original pass utilized, so it's got that little thing put into it too. That's nice. Said, "Oh, we got to go." It said, "Oh, we're only 90% done, 95%." But he's nearly at the door, and he walks right, and they're hiding. He walks around, and they're shitting themselves. He says, "I know you're there. You can come out, right? You can come out." And they're like, "Oh," and they just keep hiding. And then all of a sudden, the glowy aliens come out, and then they go, "Whoa, we're aliens, yeah. Whoa, we got to stay on target and get rid of obstacles, or we'll be upset or whatever." So anyway, he gets his bag and he leaves and notices his computer's on, all the lights are turned on, but like he didn't leave it. But why worry about that? So anyway, they go to leave, they go to the chair, and suddenly when the aliens come back, and it gets you out, and she's zapped, she's teleported away. And Ryan, first thing is to piss himself. Then he gets mad and says, "Oh, give her back. Where's she gone? I want her back, like, oh." Yeah, and he's like, but I forgot I'm a pussy. So I'm going to run away. Oh, fuck me. Go away. Run. Help me. Meanwhile, Yaz is in Green Place. Oh, no. Green Place with lots and lots of bits of vacuum tubing. And she has no idea where she is. It's middle of nowhere. And there's nobody. Oh, I'm scared. Me. Oh, I'm so scared. I mean, okay, whatever. Meanwhile, the alien says, starts laughing at them, and then he's like, and he sees all these ones light up everywhere. Oh, what am I gonna do now? Oh, I'm pissing myself. And then she sees all these lights go on, and none of this is ever explained. None of this has ever come close to an explanation, right? The lights come to her, and then and what's that? Go on. He's trying to. There's more power. Something's happening. And he goes, gets all glowy. And then all of a sudden, switch places, and Yaz is over there now. Yaz is in Australia, and switch place with the alien. It's like, Yaz, what are you doing here? And Ryan goes, "Oh, I've lost Yaz, doctor, help me." He said, "Oh no, we got her now. We'll just come and pick her up." So then we have this kind of weird PTSD scene, right? With Yaz, and she's just like, basically quietly crying to herself, right? And she's like, I thought I was dead. I was alone. I was nowhere. I thought I was never going to survive. And okay, so now we're into the reality of what it's like being with the incompetent doctor. And they're like, she's crying and she's freaking out, but quietly in a very realistic way. And Brian's like, yeah, I won't let that ever happen to you again. Really, pussy boy. Okay, why? You're going to run away in a different direction next time? Meanwhile, O talks to Graham and said, "Oh, I only met the doctor once when it was a man." I said, "Blimey, she was a man. I thought she was joking." Oh, bloody hell! Oh, blimey, governor. And he's just having a good time. And he can really, again, a good performance in this, piece of shit is just it feels rather bad. Okay, it feels rather bad. So the doctor's made iced tea. Possibly. I mean, like, she can't even make iced fucking tea. So they make a plan of attack. They say they can go to what's his name, Lenny Henry's party. Oh, Lenny Henry was being interviewed. Said, "Oh, I was one of the few black faces in school." Listen, mate, everybody feels marginalized, right? I went to school the same time you did. Actually, you went about 5 years before. By the time I went to school, nobody cared. Okay, we went to school. Nobody. If anybody gave any abuse ever about being black, they would have been ostracized. It's just gross. Nobody was into that. So they got they worked out they can go to. So she's scanning Lenny Henry's computer system to find alien code, and she finds some. I mean, I would have thought she'd find more, but okay, find some alien code. I said, "Oh, we got to go and see him now. Find out how that got there." Again, is that ever explained? No. And so they get the code and they decode it right over there. But then even more images. And where's a big reveal where there's like lots and lots of multiple Earths, right? And yes, we're into multiverse. Very, very clearly signpost at this point. And again, this is the Doctor. God help us, right? So they decide we better get to the finale, right? We better get to the finale. So let's go to the party, right? The swanky party, the thing that we can use in all the adverts, right? And he's like, "Do you want to come in the box?" And, "Oh, yes, I so want to come in the box," right? And he goes in and he acts all awestruck when he sees the worst TARDIS ever, right? And it doesn't work if you play romantic music when you see it. If it's a piece of shit, right? Oh, my God. It's just not looking good. Okay. And then, "Oh, look at me. I'm a little scat me." He thought, why? Okay, so here, we're going to go and get changed, right? Why? He said, "Oh, why do you need to get changed?" "Oh, because we got change of costume." By the way, do you think they would have had a variant figure of this by now if this wasn't a crushing failure? This entire era, right? They would have had variant. This is what they planned, but this is just shit, right? She's just relentlessly shit. So they go somewhere nice for his party. As a Dr. V. Again, never, ever, look at that. Never heroic. Right? Always a doofus. Go into the swanky party, and O says, "I've never done field work before." I said, "Oh, now you tell us." And there's roulette wheels going, and he's watching the footage of Yaz break into his office last night, right? So he knows that's up, but he chose now to look. And they win at roulette. And they piss themselves. "Oh, bollocks! Whoa, get out of here! Yay!" Again, this would have been funny if she wasn't relentlessly shit. Said card, snap. And she can't do a comedic delivery, right? This isn't funny. She's not a heroic character, right? And they're playing craps, and she has no idea what she's doing. And okay, and this is just a bunch of like James Bondy tropes. And in walks Lenny Henry, said, "Oh, they see each other," and the dog says, "Oh, I know what I'll do. Just like I told the aliens, who I have no idea who they are, anything about them, exactly how much I don't know. Let me tell them to the person who I know is working with the aliens, who has told them everything I don't know, to tell him also that I don't know. Dead spider with a boner. That is the best way to describe her awful TARDIS. And it's, again, 2 in 1 episode, 2 trademark Jodie Whittaker, awful beyond awful confrontations. And so she says, was it, are you working for them? Are they working for you? And she's just like condescending and annoying. She's like, are you insane? Said, oh, no, about your DNA. Who recruited you? Where's how'd the alien code get on your, oh no, she starts to say, did you assassinate Stephen Fry? Or did you have somebody do it? Obviously, you had somebody do it, you stupid cunt, okay? Obviously. Where's the alien code? Why is the alien code on the edge of your system? Who recruited who? Why do you have 7% alien DNA? She doesn't know anything. Here's all the things I don't know. Says, you're fucking crazy, darling. Says, very reasonably, says Lenny Henry. And he's like, again, if he's a supervillain, he could just crush her, right? But, and I said, oh, now I got to follow him because he just walked away. And he's like, oh, no, she's following me. I better thwart her, right? And he gets in the car and drives away. Oh, no, we can't just let, what are you going to do when you catch him? Like, I don't know. What's your plan? You already had him and you did nothing. So what's your plan now? Okay, fine. But none. You have no plan. I said, oh, no, look, yay. We haven't lost him after all. And this is the, like, why make your non-heroic lead look less heroic, right? Apart from Yaz, I'm stood in brave. Then he said, oh, what do I pay you for? Drive faster. And then he pulls out a gun. Like, what? Why don't you do that? Why don't you hire somebody to do that? This is bad children's television. Then, and they're shooting, but look at the face. I mean, she looks like she's shitting herself. She's useless, right? Absolutely. I mean, I'm sorry. Midge in Survival looked better. What do you want at me? And he's like, bing, bing, bing. And they're like, okay, now he's actually shooting at you. You might die. Well, no, we don't stop because it's only bullets. They're not real. And so they follow him to the airport, right? And she uses a sonic screwdriver like a magic wand again. And they walk into the plane and she sees him getting on the plane, right? Oh, getting on the plane, like. And so on he gets. And again, nothing's going to be explained. A lot of things that are going to not make sense, and none of it's going to be explained, right? Pierre and Jane Baker must be pissing themselves laughing at this. So he's on the plane. He's starting it all up, right? And again, she runs after it in not the most subtle manner, runs like a duck, and then somehow climbs on the plane. This is not Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. So look, and it's like, oh, what's that? Oh, nothing to worry about. It's only the door being open. And she gets everybody else up. And the last one to come up is and they made it. Thankfully there's nobody on here, right? And he says, says, sorry, I was a bit slow. I've always been bad at sprinting. He goes, wait a minute, your file says you've always been a champion sprinter. It's so stupid, right? It's so stupid. Is it what's going? Why does it say that? And then he's like, the big reveal. You got me. I've made a fool of you. Darling, look at this. She made a fool of herself before you made a fool of her, right? And it's like, this is the least competent doctor of all time. Says, look out the window. He's like, oh, no. And we see Wicked Witch of the West's house. And he says, it does look a bit Wicked Witch of the East. And he's like, oh, no, you're the master. Oh, I'm shitting myself. And he does. He's laughing at her as she literally shits herself, right? Listen, the few occasions that a doctor's been scared, like Seth McCoy, when he looked actually scared sometimes, right? After facing off the gods of Ragnarok, but sometimes, and Davros and the Daleks, but sometimes he actually did look scared. That was powerful. But when you've only ever been scared, you've only ever been useless, it makes you look weak. And so, I don't know what to do. And look, I mean, look, she's literally sucking a thumb. And so he's like, and his reveal is, I did tell you, we got to find the spy master. And it's all based around that, right? And so he's putting it up, and he actually, again, he said, so this is what happened. He's always been this guy, right? He took him over the first day, right? First day he's going in, and he kept him in his tissue, in his badge box. He's kept him all his life. He's been there 40 years setting this up, right? So he could one time bump into Tom Baker's doctor. And he said, oh, how diabolical. So wait a minute. If he's been a stargazer over 40 years, the only person who knows about extraterrestrials in MI5, why does this file say he's bad at sprinting? He's good at sprinting. He's been that identity his entire life. And so he's just clapping and being weird. And he goes, no, go see what's in the pilot. He said, oh, I've got to go and warn Lenny Henry. He said, where is he? He said, oh, I told him to get off. How did the plane take off? Where did he go? How did he get on? And there's a bomb, and it says, oh, you're not going to have much luck with that. And he said, oh, no, I made it sonic-proof. Deadlock sealed it, doctor. You can't stop it. And he said, oh, I can't stop it. I don't. And she's like literally crying. And he's pissing himself. Then the shiny people show up. Never find out who they are, remember? And she's like, oh, no, I can't stop it. And she closes the door, right? Closes the door of the cockpit to help survive. And boom, it's blown the front of the plane off. And he's doing good. Good bit of acting, right? Good, very manic, very crazy, not like the master at all. As the plane crashes, oh, fucking hell, we're all going to die and I'm fucking useless. So he teleports out or something, and then the aliens come and grab the doctor. She's not going to die. She's in weird, leaving the companions alone to die while she's in weird, nowhere land, all on her own. What's she going to do? This is shocking, right? I mean, man, this is just shocking. How is this so bad? It's a whole bunch of little bits, like mic drop moments, strung together poorly on a bad script. I don't understand, right? I do not understand how on earth, right? How on earth this ever this had to be the way.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.